Flight MH370 ended in the southern Indian Ocean.
Back to our other breaking news story. Sad news to tell you about out of Malaysia more than 2 weeks after Flight 370 disappeared. The country's prime minister saying this morning the plane went down in a remote part of the Indian Ocean. 24-hour News 8's Amanda Jarrett is at the live desk right now explaining how investigators determined where the plane crashed. Amanda?
Sue, we're told investigators were able to figure out that the plane went down using what they're calling unprecedented analysis of that satellite data we've been hearing so much about. That data was gathered by British satellite provider and the British Air Accidents Investigation Branch. Malaysia's prime minister didn't explain the nature of this analysis, but today's announcement ends hope that any of those 239 people aboard survived the flight.
Inmarsat and the AAIB have concluded that MH370 flew along the southern corridor and that its last position was in the middle of the Indian Ocean, west of Perth. This is a remote location, far from any possible landing sites.
The families of Flight 370's passengers were sent text messages today by the airline telling them that the plane had been, quote, lost, and that none of those aboard have survived. Earlier today, an Australian plane spotted debris in the southern Indian Ocean. So far, nothing has been definitively linked to Flight 370. Now, despite today's announcement, there's still a lot of questions out there. Again, they still don't know where that plane is, and until they find it, they won't know exactly what happened. At the live desk, Amanda Jarrett, 24-hour News 8.
Amanda, thank you. So many questions about this. This has been a story that has simply captured worldwide attention for weeks now. We want to show you just how widespread this search for Flight 370 has been. It was back on March 8th that the plane took off from Kuala Lumpur, right here. It had 239 people on board. The plane was heading all the way up here to Beijing. But we know it never made it. The last contact that the plane had was less than an hour after taking off, and that was on the coast of Malaysia. You can see this second red icon right here. It vanished from civilian radar screens. Search crews spent several days looking for the missing plane. We were updating you every day on the search. While today's announcement from Malaysia's prime minister says the last position of the plane was in the middle of the Indian Ocean, down here. That's more than 1,500 miles off the coast of Australia.